What's good, leaders? Welcome back to another episode of Newer Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Kyrie Green. Today we got a special guest with us, my man Mike Lowry. Appreciate you for coming out, man. It's the start of the year. It's 2026. It's crazy. Happy New Year's to everybody. Feel me? I hope everybody here is starting off good. Let's make this year count. Let's not bring last year's stuff into this year. Let's continue to push forward. You know what happened? Anything that happened last year, leaving it last year, we got a fresh start. Let's make it count. Go ahead, let them know who you are and what you do, man.
Alright, if you don't know my name, Mike, man. The best thing that I do is be a father. That's the best thing I do. Yeah, that's it, really, for real, as of right now.
Definitely. Let them know about the podcast, man. Let them know what's up with that.
So basically, I started a podcast on fatherhood. It's called Unspoken Father. So basically, my podcast is about, stuff that us fathers go through that we rarely get to speak about. So, it's how can I put this? I can put this in the best way. So basically, if you're a parent, like we go through a lot of things with our child or children, mothers, and we don't have an outlet to express them feelings. Like we don't have an older person to talk to or just anybody to talk to. So we think that we're the only people that's going through it and nobody can really relate. So my podcast is to let other people know that, like, y'all not the only ones going through it, because at a point in time, I felt like I was the only person going through it. Like nobody could relate to me or just anything in that form. So that just it opened me, no homo, it opened me up in a lot of ways. And I realized like a lot of people needed that platform, because a lot of people come on there and they just venting. Like sometimes I can't get through my questions because they venting. So I'm like, damn, like bro, really needed this. So it's like
this their way of letting everybody, this their way of venting. Talking about the things that they're dealing with. And this is just for anybody that's going through anything. You feel me? Parent, whatever. Anybody that's going through anything. There is always a platform, a organization, or somebody that you can go to get help with anything that you may be going through.
Right.
You just gotta find it. If you feel like you're the only person going through something, trust me, you are not the only person that is dealing with that thing. You never know. There may be millions of other people that are dealing with the same thing. The only thing is, a lot of these issues, they do not get talked about. People don't feel comfortable talking about these things, so they just, suppress whatever it is that's going on, and then it leaves everybody to feel like, oh, I'm the only person going through this. And it can take something as simple as a conversation. You may have a conversation with somebody, you may, oh, that's crazy. We had the same issue. So for everybody out there that's tuned in.
Not to cut you off though, right? But sometimes it's a pride thing though, like us men and young men and grown men, like men and just in general, like we have a pride thing, whereas though we don't want to talk about it because it's like, oh, now if we express our feelings about just any situation, it's gonna be like, oh, bro, you acting like a bitch. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we just with men, it's tough love. So it's like we're all just raised on tough love. Like we never been raised on like, yeah, it's okay to cry. Yeah, it's okay to let your feelings out. Like, yeah, it's okay to express yourself. So basically, it's a pride thing. Like, we just don't want to be called like, oh, you acting like a bitch. You acting like a pussy,
like a little girl. So that's crazy. I actually spoke about this with the guest that I had come on here. We talked about, just young men, because he was like completely open to talking about, some of the stuff that he was going through, he was dealing with at times. And then it just, like, I'll pose the question of, like, how do you feel about young men, being brought into this mindset of, like, you have to suppress your emotions, or it's not okay to be, like, it's not okay to express how you feel about certain things. Like, something is like a basic human function, crying.
Yeah.
Like, we all have feelings, no matter our gender, our background. We all have feelings. We're human. And as men, a lot of us are brought into a space where it's like, crying, you expressing how you feel is either looked at as like soft, something that's a only a female thing, or it makes you look less masculine. How do you feel about that?
All right, so I'm biased on that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm biased on that. So I was the man of my house, basically. Like I wasn't raised by my dad. I was raised by my mom. So a lot of things I couldn't express or I couldn't talk to my mom about because, I'm a man and she's a woman. So like even when it comes down to losing my virginity and stuff like that, I can't talk to my mom about that because it's like it's weird. You get what I'm saying? Like it's weird.
Having a conversation with your mom.
But I don't know. I'm really biased on that question though because I do. Well, now that I'm older, I would tell a lot of men like, bro, it's cool to cry. Like it's really cool to cry, and there's nothing wrong with crying. Like even sometimes I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes you gotta let that shit out. So I'm really biased on that. When I was younger, I didn't have that mindset. Like, bro, I'm not crying. What am I crying for? Like, what the fuck? Like,
I definitely would agree. Sometimes listen. If that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. Now I will say like recently somebody has not too long ago somebody told me something. We were having a conversation about this exact same topic. And when we were talking, they were like as a man, there's nothing wrong with crying. The only thing that they have with that is they don't want it to be a thing where other people can use that like see that as weakness or use it against you. So they say like they told me it's nothing wrong with crying. If you feel like you need to do this thing, either do it with somebody you're super comfortable with, something like someone like that, like a guardian or something like that, or if you need to, just go in a space by yourself, cry, let it out, let everything out. You feel me? Get yourself together, and then when you ready to step out in front of everybody, then that you take care of what you got to take care of.
No, that's a fact.
So we gonna walk through a little storyline. Right? We're gonna take it back. All right. So you talked about the podcast Unspoken Father. Growing up, what was like? How did you see fatherhood like growing up?
All right. So, like I said, my dad wasn't in my life when I was younger. Shout out to my dad now. I ain't gonna lie, he amazing grandfather. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool.
Yeah.
But growing up, how did I see fatherhood? So my grandpa, I'm not gonna say replaced, but my grandpa stepped up until the age of 13 when he passed away. But in the mix of my grandpa, I had my uncle Bill. So, like, my mom was a single mom. So, whenever she had to go to work or anything, like summertime, I used to go to my Uncle Bill's house. So, I always seen him be not even a father. Like, I seen him be a father and a husband. And I watched them have a family. So, when I was younger, I used to be like, damn, like, when I get older, I want a family. Yeah. Because it's what a family is structure. Like it's real life structure. And people that was raised with a family, they life is just really structured. Like they live different from somebody that was raised single in a single household. But I really didn't pay fatherhood no mind. Like I used to question my dad, like, damn, why you didn't come get me? But after 2-3 hours, I'm going. My uncle or my grandpa either came and got me, or I'm going to the park or something real quick. So it's like I kind of got over it. So I really didn't look at it no type of way growing up.
All right, so I wanna ask a question, right? For like young individuals who may be faced with like they either have had a kid or are on the way of having, they have a kid on the way. What's some advice you can give to like a young father out there who has grown up in like the same predicament as you, single parent household and things like that? What's some advice you can give to that individual?
So the best advice I can give to a man that's grown up to, I mean, not a man that's grown up, a man that's about to become a father, the best advice I can give them is, and I'm gonna look in the camera and say this shit.
That mean it's real,
the best
man.
advice, bro, is that you give them time. And time don't have to be taking them somewhere. Time can be just quality time, like sitting down, watching a movie, playing with toys, reading a book. Just time. Like just time is everything. Time is everything. And it's like that time will really change a child. That time will really change a child on the way they would look at you. Like, because they know, like, when they get older, oh, I can call my dad and have a conversation with him, or I can call my dad and say, Dad, let's go to the movies, or Dad, can you come over and we can watch a movie? It's just like being a father. That's really, well, I'm about to say, I'm not bashing any female, but being a father is really the number one role in a child's life. Because a father, like I said, is structure. It's structure into being a father.
So I had a guess, and I definitely want. They spoke about this thing that you're talking about with time, but they used a different word, and the word that they used was present, or presence, or being present. And big shout out to this guest, Amin Akbar. Big shout out to him. But he spoke about how much a role his father played in his life, and how that carried on into the work that he does today. He is the chief mission officer over at Philadelphia Youth Basketball, which is a nonprofit. They do a lot of things for the community. They have done a lot for me, myself. But he spoke about how out of all the things in his childhood, if he doesn't remember a gift that his father got him,
but kids not gonna remember that.
He may not remember any of that, but he remembers every time that his father was present. And he said that has motivated him, or just having that around, that presence has given him the mindset that, like, with the young individuals he comes across with at work, he's present. Right. In his household, he's present. His kids' life, he's present. And that's something that just stuck with him to be present.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would agree, for young individuals, you have to be present. Like some form of what's the word I'm going after? I can't think of the word that I'm going after, but some form of a male presence needs to be in a kid's life.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
feel
have
like
it.
you need to have it for, like you said, a structured thing. So yeah, as you said, I definitely would agree with, for young individuals who, maybe having a kid on the way, or currently have a kid, do all that you can to be present. Do all that you can to be present.
And hold on, let me stop you right there before you jump into the next topic. And this is another thing I want to say. Like, no matter, we all human. We argue we have arguments, this, that, and the third. But no matter what your child mother say to you, bro, you're doing the best that you can do, because it's no guidebook on being a parent at all. It's no guidebook. Like, you learn every day. You could be 40 and you still learning something new. You're 40, your child's 20. You're still learning something new about your child. Yeah. So it's like, don't allow nobody to tell you what you're doing wrong.
I hear that a lot from, like, people with kids, individual kids at any age. They used to always say, like, I'm still learning. Yeah. To this day, it's still a learning process, especially like your first time. That's definitely a learning process. But even after that, your first time, third, fifth, 10th, whatever, it's still learning, because every individual is different. Every kid that you have is not going to be the same.
That's a fact.
They will not share the same personality. You have to learn multiple different personalities, and cater to different individuals with different needs. They basic needs may be the same, but the psychological needs, the emotional needs, all of that stuff is completely different. You have to cater to those individuals in different ways. So, like you said, it's no guidebook, because every kid out here is different. Every individual out here is different.
Everybody is different.
So you can't look at a handbook and say, okay, this is what I need to do. No, because that may work for one type of individual, but this individual standing over here, that may not work for them. You may have to go 10 times harder on this individual. You may be able to be a little bit more lenient with this individual. So it's all different. And you just, like I said, like you said, it's a learning process. And every day you gotta learn. And just do your best. Do your best. That's it. So, could you talk about your experience as a parent for the first time?
All right. So my experience as a parent for the first time was rough. It was really rough. So basically, Legend Mom was going through postpartum. Postpartum is a real thing.
Yeah,
it's
before
a
you
real
go in there,
thing.
could you talk about what that is and from a male perspective how that affected you?
So see, postpartum is so many ways. Like, it's not so many ways. There's so many different. What's the word that doctors use? But it's so postpartum. It comes in so many different forms.
Like, it's complex.
So it's like each female go through postpartum in a different way. Like, but it just sometimes they just the number one postpartum is they're not loving themselves because their body's going through a different change. They feel like they're not pretty no more. They feel like they're fat. They just their body going through so much and Legend Mom is a dramatic because Legend Mom is a dramatic girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking like, all right, the doctor told her like, oh, you going through postpartum now, I'm going through postpartum, da, da, da. Like, no, you're not. Like, you're not going through that. You're fine. But she was really going through it. And it's like, I didn't pay that no mind. So that turns into arguments after arguments after arguments after arguments. So that was probably like my biggest downfall. Not even downfall. That was like my biggest mistake that I made as a parent, as a new parent. So yeah, so I can, damn, it's a lot of things. Like, bro, it's really a lot of things. Like,
damn. All right. So, postpartum is like this big thing, and it's a whole weave of emotions.
Yeah,
and it could play a huge part in how a mom can see herself and just the whole world around her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. On TikTok, TikTok is a place where people is open. People, you got content creators who openly express themselves and are open about experiences that they've had.
Right.
And I remember coming across an individual where a mother was talking about this very thing, postpartum. And for her, it was causing her to disassociate, like, with everything around her.
Mm-hmm.
And she would just feel so disconnected from everything, even her kid at the time.
So that's another thing because sometimes, like, that's why I say as father, like, you gotta spend the most time that you can with your kids, because sometimes when women just have a baby, they go through this thing we call postpartum, right? They go through postpartum. So now they with the baby so much and you're not there. So now they feel like you're neglecting both of them. And the whole time you might not be neglecting both of them. You might just be going to work doing a lot of overtime. You get what I'm saying? Or just anything. So what I realized, and down the line, whenever it happens. But what I realized, with the next woman, or I said woman, damn. With the next, damn, that's crazy. Yo.
It's good. You're good.
But no, like, with the next person I have kids with, or just anything, I know that, like, allow them to go outside, allow them to do the same things that they were doing before they got pregnant, so they won't lose their self. Like, if they don't want to go outside, like, no, baby girl, I take the baby, just go outside, like, just go have fun, go to Target, go to ShopRite, go food shopping,
just do something,
just so they can go outside, like, and just to get out the house, just so they won't physically and mentally, like, lose themselves.
Yeah, be like confined to that space and feel like, now they're just sitting in their emotions,
sitting in the house, emotionals everywhere, like,
sitting in thoughts and things like that. That's definitely something. That's something that my therapist told me. when I was in therapy, she like expressed to me like I would tell her like anytime I would go through something, I just sit in my room. I don't want to come out the room.
You don't want to talk to
I don't
nobody.
want to tell nobody.
Yeah.
I just want sit to myself. And she told me like that's like probably the worst thing that you can do to yourself.
Because you're killing yourself.
Yeah, like you just sitting in your thoughts. And as I started to pay more attention to like when I get in these mental spaces and I'm just sitting around, start to think more, and then you just start, your thoughts start wandering, and then you're thinking about this possibility and that possibility, and you just opening up so many doors, and you get lost in those thoughts. And sometimes you may take a thought or a scenario, and you may create things that aren't even happening on top of that. So it's just this rabbit hole of thoughts that you go down, and it makes it worse. And she just talked about something as simple as going on a walk, just going on a walk. Go get some fresh air. She's like, what do you like to do? I'm like, well, I like to bowl. Be active. She's like, go bowling. Just go get outside.
Find something that's like therapy.
Yeah, so you won't just sit in those thoughts and just go down that rabbit hole and make things worse.
Cause that's something I had to do last year. Like last year I had to like. I was losing myself last year. I was real life losing myself last year. I was going through so much shit. Like, I got locked up in front of my son. That's probably like the worst thing I ever can do in my life. Yeah. So like, I was just going through so much different changes, and it's like, yo, why the fuck am I going through this shit again? Like, and it's just like, damn, like, what the fuck can I do to get myself out of this negative mindset? So I went and got a bike. So I went and got a bike, and every day I rode the bike. Like, and that was like, it was a workout, and it was still therapy just for me and my mental, like. So
I definitely said that bike. You was on that
bike every day, bro.
On the bike every day, just
realize
moving
that
around.
Shit. People thought I was just doing it just to do it, but I was really mentally and physically going through something. That was like, that was my outlet, my escape. That was just everything, bro. I sometimes I get on the bike and don't even take my phone with me. Like, I'm out. It's 12 in the morning. I'm burnt. 12 in the morning. I'm irritated. I'm on the bike. I'm on a school kill. Dark as shit. It's dark as shit.
Just taking a ride.
And like, honestly, bro, shout out to Booger, because not Booger, to Bogey. No, chill. He know his name. Nigga. Booger is what Bryce called him. Yeah. But shout out to Bogey, because like, Bogey, for some reason, bro, and I really don't understand, but like, Bogey really knew that I was going through something. And one night we went to go ride and all that, and Bryce ended up leaving us. He ended up going to the house, and we sat at school kill. We sat there and talked. He said, bro, what's going on, bro? Like, and we talked about it on a ride home. I'm like, damn, how the fuck did he know that I was going through something? Like, and
it is surprising.
Crazy. Like,
sometimes individuals who like, you may not think, they could tell like something is up. Some individuals you may come across it. Sometimes it might be a stranger. Yeah. You may come across these people, and just like something that speaks volume to them about you, like your presence, they could just feel like something's off. Like something's off, and they might be like, hey, like, how you doing? You alright? You may have never ever came across this person. They may just sit you down and be like, yeah, like, are you okay? Yeah. Like, you never know. Sometimes people just get a feel of, the weight that you're carrying emotionally. It gives off this vibe to individuals, and they're able to take that in, and then, they move accordingly. If it's, whether it's good, you may have got a promotion at work, something, and, you real excited, but you're not trying to really, tear everybody. And somebody be like, yeah, like, something good happened today. Like, what's going on? How your day going? Or, if it's something that's, weighing down on you, they may be like, hey, like, I feel like, you're a little off. Like, what's going on? I definitely had those interactions a lot. Like, people, I may be trying, like shy away from what's going on, and then somebody may be sitting there, bro, like, what's going on? Like, something ain't right. Like, something ain't going on. And sometimes they might not even need to be around you. They might just get a feeling, just call, like, oh, you alright? Right, bro. Like, you alright? You good? Yeah, but those type of people is good to have around, because bro, as much as we sat here and we talked about how it's good to, it's okay to have these emotions as men, have feelings and things like that, we still
Mm-hmm.
go through a wave where we may not want to openly express these things.
Right.
And it's good to have individuals around who, even if you might try to play a little hard to get like, no, I'm good, man, I'm alright. You're like, no, bro, like I can visibly see,
But that's
like,
that's the number one thing though. Like that's how you know when somebody not their self. When you like,
Yeah.
yo, you good? Yeah, I'm alright. What you mean you are? Like
yeah.
that's the number one. Like yeah, I'm alright. Like whenever somebody say I'm alright, you know they not physically there.
Okay.
Like,
I feel like as a community, we had like just on a global scale, like as humans, we have normalized that a little too much.
yeah.
Like, so whereas though a lot of the times it's become a thing where you don't even think about how you're really doing. I'm alright. Like,
Mhm.
I'm alright. And you may be going through so much at that time, and you don't take time to think like, damn, no, I just lost my job. I got, I'm behind on bills. It may be so much going on,
Yeah,
and you
but-
just, normalize saying, no, I'm alright, and you really may not be okay.
But then it's crazy because when a person say I'm alright, yeah, obviously they going through something. But that person might actually really want to tell you what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, as human, we don't want to talk about our problems because now that we talk about our problems, we put our problems on you, and
Okay.
then we don't know what this person is going through. So now it's like I'm talking about my problems the whole time. This person taking on my problems and talking to me about this,
Okay.
and now they don't have nobody to talk about what they problems. So it's like it's kind of a weird situation.
Is a thing where you feel like you're placing the burden of what you're going through onto this individual,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what they're going through, and they don't have the outlet to speak about what it is that they're going through. So now it's like they're carrying the weight of your problems, like just thinking like, damn, this person got this going on, that going on top of the things that they're already going through.
So it's like, yeah, like
I'm gonna just say
that happens to me a lot, bro. Like, I don't know why, bro, but sometimes it's like people call me and vent and this, that, and the third. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like I had to apologize to one of my homies. I'm like, bro, I can't tell you nothing, bro. Like, I'm going through something myself. Like, it's nothing that I can tell you that's gonna make you feel better because it's like I'm going through my own shit.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes, like, yes, I ain't gonna lie, I probably do give out the best advice. That's probably why people call me. But sometimes it's like, bro, I'm going through my own shit, bro. Like, I can't tell you nothing.
When I'm already,
Like,
I'm going through
I'm
what
not
I'm
even
going through.
here.
You calling me like, yeah, bro. So I'm going through this at work, this going on at the crib, and you just sit on the other end of the phone like, hey, bro, little do you know, I got my own stuff going on right now. I can't mentally be here to get to talk to you right now. Like, I need a second. I gotta get myself together. And with that I wanna say, because I tell individuals this a lot. In order for you to be there for somebody else, you gotta be there for yourself first. You cannot be present in other people's lives if you aren't present in your own life. You cannot help other individuals with their problems if you're not helping yourself with the things that you have going on. You can't mentally be there for somebody else if you're not mentally there for yourself. In order for you to give 100% of you to somebody else, you got to give yourself 100%. So if
That's even within a relationship.
yeah, like you have to be there for yourself in order to be there for other people. You gotta, be 100% for you in order for somebody else to get that 100%. It's a lot. It just all start with you. That's as simple as I can say. It all start with you. So if you got a lot going on and you the person that everybody in the family call with when they got something going on and they got a problem, let me call such and such. I know he gonna make sure I'm cool. Or she gonna make sure I'm cool. If you in a space where it's like, yo, I got my own stuff going on, it's nothing wrong with simply saying like, right now, I can't. We can't talk about this. Like, we got to say this for another time. We can have this conversation another time. I have my own things going on. I need to get myself together. And even if you got to take a step back and just not answer the phone, that's okay too. You got to take a step back to not answer the phone and get yourself together first. That's absolutely fine. It's nothing wrong with that. But you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people, you know, the people that's around you. You got to be there for you. You got to show up for you in order to show up for these individuals that you care and you love for.
That's a fact.
But I wanna go, you know, revisit the, you know, first time parent thing. So, you know, growing up in a single parent household, you know, you see a lot, you think a lot, and it's just a lot that go on, and you like you said, you start to question a lot of things and things like that. Um, how has like the things that you have experienced physically and emotionally in that single parent household, how has that like helped your experience being a parent for the first time? Like, you know, people may grow up in these single parent households and they may be like, you know what, I'm not going to do this thing when I have my own kids, or I'm going to do this thing. How has, you know, those experiences shaped your first time parent experience?
So, you know, I was raised by my mom. Luckily, I had a mom that a loving mom.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So my mom showed me how to love your child, and she showed me how to discipline without, you know, physically beating somebody or just anything. So I can say I learned how to you know, love, discipline, and just show emotion. Like, that's it, for real. Not even that's it, but like those three things is probably like the best three things that I learned.
Okay.
But everything else is like I said, is you learn every day, like what worked for my mom for parenting might not work for me for parenting. So it's like everybody parenting different.
Okay.
So like I said, like I wouldn't hold, and this is for like any and everybody. Like, just because your parent wasn't physically there for you, that doesn't mean that your parent didn't know, like your parent didn't love you. Sometimes our parents don't know how to be parents. And it's not always the men. Sometimes it's the women. Like, sometimes women don't know how to love their child. So it's like I would tell everybody, don't take that to the grave and like, oh, my mom didn't love me, this, that, and the third. Your mom did love you. Yeah, not even mom. Your parent did love you. They just didn't know how to show it.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't know how to give you the real affection of love.
And that's crazy that you know you talked about this thing, because right before we jumped into this, I just watched a clip of Finesse two times on $1 Million Worth of Game. He was talking to Low. He would just talk about how he wasn't brought up into like he didn't come from love.
Mm-hmm.
He came from survival. Compared to, you know, his partner, she came from love. So he was saying how, like, when it comes down to him and, you know, his emotions and things like that, all of the hugging and the kissing, all that, it make him feel weird, so he just don't do it.
Yeah.
He's like, I just can't, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's crazy because even with, you know, his daughter, like, you go to hug and she like, it's not. So, you know, it could be a thing, like, and that shows if an individual wasn't brought into something, they don't know how to display this thing or how to act out this thing. So, you know, if they never learn, they just continue to carry on that action, and it just continues to, you know, trickle down into other individuals.
But that's probably why he got a partner, that his partner probably is showing him how to love or how to show affection.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes, you know, sometimes God put people in your life for certain reasons. Like, everything is a learning experience. Like, life is just a learning experience. Like, it's nothing but lessons and learn. Like,
I will agree. Life is like I look at it as the greatest test that you will ever take. The only thing is there's no right you can't fail, and there is no right or wrong answer.
Yeah,
every question is open-ended, and everybody's answer is not the same. So everybody may have the same question, but not everybody's answer is the same to that question. So there's no right or wrong answer, and there's no way to fail. As I've said before, in another episode, like, you know, people get caught up in this space where they feel like, you know, they're going up against other individuals. And this test of life, the only person that you have to worry about beating or getting a higher score than is you. like, you know, the past version of yourself. And that's it. You only got to worry about, you know, beating yourself. But the, you know, every problem that's placed in front of you, every roadblock, everybody's answer is different. You and your homie or you and your best friend, whatever, y'all might be going through the same thing, but y'all cannot answer that problem the same way. Yeah. Y'all cannot approach the problem the same way. Y'all may have to approach it from two different angles. Mm-hmm. Y'all may both be facing unemployment. Y'all might apply to 1,000 jobs together. One of y'all might get 500 different job offers. One of y'all might get none. One of y'all might be able to go into an establishment and get hired on the spot. Compared to the other, they can't do that. You know, y'all can't. Everybody cannot approach a problem and have the same answer to that problem, because everybody is different. And that's even better example, or, you know, way of just saying you gotta focus on you and not what everybody else is doing, because you never know how everybody else is solving their problem.
But so that's easy to be said than be done. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's easy to be said than be done, because, you know, now we got a thing called social media. Social media is life. Like, it's literally life. So you get on social media, you see everybody living their best life. Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna lie, I fell a victim to this too. Mm-hmm. So it's like, damn, it's like you get on, bro, it don't matter what you get on. Yeah. Everybody's living the best life. So now you feel like, damn, like, the fuck am I doing wrong? So it's like,
it's crazy.
So it's just hard. It's hard with this day in life. Like, yeah. And now that we men and we're older, like, the older we get, you know, we starting to like a certain type of girl. Like, now these girls got their own bag. I'm gonna keep it a bean. They got their own bag. Yeah. And it's like they don't care. So the girls that got their own bag, they don't care about men that have money, because they got their own money. They really care about the same thing with a kid, bro. They care about time, all that and love. Like, and a lot of us men, we fall victim into that, because it's like we don't know how to do that, because all we see on social media is like, oh, this nigga just spent $100,000 on this girl. Yeah. I'm capping. I ain't been saying $100,000. This nigga just spent.
Somebody's out there doing it. Somebody's out there doing it, believe it or not.
But like, this person just spent $500 on this girl. Yeah. But bro, I don't got $500 on this girl. Whole time, that girl really didn't want $500 from you. That girl probably just wanted you to go out. You could have took her to a nice little restaurant. That's what, $200. Cool. $200. You cool. You might be able to do the same thing that person did with the $500. He just took the easy route out. Yeah. So it's like social media just it kind of I ain't gonna say it fucked up life, but it kind of made life better, because I ain't gonna lie, people I follow on the gram, they motivate me. Like, I don't follow nobody that's doing dumb shit at all, bro. At all. Agree. And I got family that I don't follow back. Like, no offense to y'all, but it's like, or my friends, like, it's no offense to y'all, but it's like, y'all not doing nothing that I want to see. Yeah. Y'all want to be posting. Y'all want to post weed all day. Y'all want to post smoking all day. Y'all want to post driving. Y'all want to post, like, dumb shit. Like, a bunch of nothing. Like, bro, show me something. Like, damn.
I would agree that social media, I would say it's a gift and a curse. And it's crazy that you talked about, you know, it's easier to say focus on yourself than to do it. Yesterday, I posted a clip speaking about this very thing. Mm-hmm. And a person commented on there. And to sum up everything that they said that, you know, they fell victim to going on social media and seeing everybody and what they're doing and be like, damn, like, what am I doing wrong? Starting to question themselves, and things like that. And they would, you know, they gave some advice just saying, like, you know, try to limit your consumption on social media, so that way you don't get caught up into you know, these things, the hype. Yeah. And I replied to that comment, and my response was, you know, I agree with the limiting your social media consumption, but I also talked about, you never know, you know, what this person is going through behind the scenes, what somebody is going through behind the scenes, what they did, what they had to do to even post that picture or to get there. And social media, a lot of people, they don't always show the setbacks and the hardships and things like that. They only show the good side. They didn't display that they had to wait 4 years to even go buy that car. They just showed them buying a car. Right. They didn't show that they had to get laid off, get put out, gas off, water off, all of that stuff. But they showed that they just bought a house. They showed that they're going on all of these trips, but they didn't show for the past 15 years that they had to stay down and put in all of the work in order for them to do these things.
All right, so look though, right? I'm about to put you on to something that I'm gonna put everybody on to this, right? It's something I figured out about social media. They don't. Yeah, what you're saying is right, but you gotta pay attention to people's captions.
Okay.
They captions talk about what they go through to get to this point. Like everybody caption talk about it. Even like even famous people that got millions and shit like that. Their captions like it could be something little to rag to riches, like that song, or just. Bro, it's a lot of things, bro.
People go through a lot in order for them to be in these spaces. And I'm gonna talk about a few of them. A big one, right? A big one is like Cassinet, right? Big time streamer. Speed. They're big time streamers known globally around the world. If you were watching these individuals like years ago, you literally got to see where they came from and where they are now,
bro.
Like. You got to see the evolution.
Bro, no bullshit. Cassinet went viral because of fucking mouse. No, it wasn't even a rat.
I thought it was a rat. It was some type of
rat. They were saying rat because it's New York. Yeah. New York got rat.
It was something, but
the fucking mouse ran through the screen, bro.
That's what,
so
that's
like,
one of the
everybody
first
just
clips.
need if you want to do something in life, everybody just need a viral moment. That's all it is. That viral moment would take you off. Just like, not to talk about it, but just like the boy that just got pistol whipped.
Okay.
He just, bro, this nigga, bro. I watched him go from 4,000 followers to now I think he got like 100K.
Which
followers
is crazy.
Just from getting pistol whipped, bro. And he, like, I hope he got the right people behind him, like bro, all his views is getting 100K plus.
Yeah.
So hopefully he got the right people behind him to monetize his social media. So he can start making money off of it.
Yeah, and
so like everybody just need a viral moment, bro.
That clip of Kyle was the first clip that I actually saw of him. And that got so many millions of views. It went crazy. But that moment just goes to show like he's an individual who didn't just wake up one day and was able to do all these be around all these crazy individuals from. LeBron and Nicki, Drake, all of these people. He didn't just wake up one day like, yeah, I'm gonna go buy a lamb and go post on the gram. He had to work for years. Same with Speed. The one thing that really got Speed a lot of recognition was him, streaming out of his mother's house and his mom coming in on stream and screaming and holler at him.
I didn't know that.
When he was streaming, a lot of his like viral memes came from him streaming out of his mom crib. And, him doing a lot of stuff, all of this crazy stuff, jumping into his setup, mom coming there, like, cut it off. Like, going at him. That's something that a lot of people wanted to see from him, and it got him this mass following, and he just capitalized off that. Even somebody like Aiden Ross. I talked about it before. I saw a clip of Aiden Ross like from him streaming years ago. At the time, he had nowhere near as many subscribers. Nothing that he had before. That is. He another big time streamer. He didn't have nowhere near as many, as great of a community as he did. But he talked about, him just, actively doing what he needed to get to that space. Gotcha. He took the time out every day to commit to streaming, posting content in order for him to get to where he wanted. He was consistent. And now look, Aiden, Kai, and Speed are three of the biggest streamers in the world right now. You talk about streaming, you have to mention those individuals. And these are individuals who literally came from like nothing. They came from nothing. And they built this crazy thing. Like if I'm not mistaken, Speed right now is somewhere in Africa, I believe. Okay. He traveling the world. He just came off of a a tour, him going around the U.S. in a tour bus, going to different states. He even came to Philly.
Mm-hmm.
He came to Philly. But he just went all around the world, and this stemmed from him streaming out of his mother's room. Not his mother's room, but his mother's house. A room in his mom's house. And he's young as hell. He, 20, I believe? Like 19, 20, around there. But, you know, he just took the initiative to consistently build something, and he was able to get
Everybody need that viral moment, bro.
Now I want to change this up. So I usually do leaders toolkit. And I say, like, give the leaders 3 things you feel they'll need in their toolkit in order to be successful, or, you know, in order to persevere through all the stuff that they're going through. I want you to give fathers 3 characteristics you feel they'll need in their toolkit. Either you can give 3 characteristics. You can add in, you know, maybe if they are looking for some help, where can they go to, you know, if they got questions, you just give 3 things to help these individuals out.
All right, so all right. Let's see. 3 things. One, I would say, put your pride to the side. Put your pride to the side, and if you it's all right. Put your pride to the side, and it's okay to ask somebody. It can be a random person, bro. Like, it's okay to ask somebody, like, what to do. Or how can they help, or what can you do to become a better father. Damn, it's like you can't really ask that, because it's really no guidebook on being a father. So it's like
there's no
that's a tough question, bro.
It's no guidebook. There's no guidebook, yet still somebody can point you in the right direction. Somebody can point you in the right direction. So just like that question.
But sometimes what worked for them might not work for you. It's like with parenting, it's really hard, bro. It's really hard, and I'm not saying it's hard like, oh, it's hard, I want to give up. It's hard, like, it's a challenge, bro. Like, you're dealing with a child, bro. Your child is different from 1 to 2. They're different. 2 to 3, they're different. 3 to 4, they're different. 4 to 5, they're different. They're learning different things. So as your child growing, you're growing. So I would say, damn, bro, 3 things I would say is, matter of fact, yeah, if you need somebody to talk to or vent to, bro, just find that person and talk to them about it. Like, all right, if you don't have your father in your life, talk to your partner dad. Like, build a bond. If your partner has their dad in their life, build a bond with them and just talk to them, because they might help you in a lot of ways. 2, I would say, they're not in order. So 2, I would say definitely time. Spend time with your children, bro. Spend time. And 3, damn, they probably like the top 2.
All right.
They the top 2, bro. They the top 2. 3, I would say just.
So, all right, I'm gonna see if this could give like a third thing. So you know how they have like these like communities where they have events for like first time mothers?
Yeah.
Is there a same thing for fathers?
Yeah, it's definitely it's a first time father, yes.
So,
But
like,
it's not published as much.
Yeah, so like, yeah, that's what I want to ask, because I actually do know some single fathers as well. So like, for first time fathers, what are some like some tools that they like, some different spaces that they can go to get the help that they may need?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know.
Now you gonna have me do some research.
And it's crazy, because it's like they'll promote the mothers, Like, you know, mothers got like baby and me time. They got mommy time. They got all these different things that the hospital advertise. But it's like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's really,
it's not, there's not many publicized, or I can't say there's not many, because like I said, I know they out there. I know they out there. And I'm going to do some research myself. And what I find that's credible, I'm going to put it in the description myself. Because I know there are things out there for first time fathers. It's just, it doesn't get as much recognition.
But sometimes, and it's crazy because, not to jump off topic, but sometimes fathers go through postpartum too.
That's interesting.
Bro, sometimes fathers go through postpartum, bro, and we don't know that, but sometimes we go through it, bro. Sometimes we don't want to be, like, sometimes the baby would just be crying. You just like, all right, like, what to do? Now you don't know what to do. Like, you fed the baby, you changed the diapers, you rocking them back and forth, and they just crying. You just like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, and it's just like, and that's a small sign of postpartum, or also just like not want to be around the child a lot. So it's like, bro, men go through postpartum too, but it's just not as bad as women's, because women hormones are different from our hormones.
But at the end of the day, like, we're all human. We all have hormones and emotions, and in ways, we all go through these things. And, you know, especially when it comes down to children, it's important to, you know, that's a community right there. Mm-hmm. Each of you have to be there for each other, so that, you know, these emotions don't get the best of y'all. And
matter of fact, number 3. This is number 3, bro. This is number 3. This don't have nothing to do with the child. Number 3 is to talk to your partner. Whoever you had your child with, talk to them. Okay. Rather y'all not on good terms or bad terms, talk to them. Somebody, yesterday, my homie was like, he was like, my man going through da. And his old head was sitting with them, this, that, and third. He said, bro, this is what I used to do. Whenever my baby mom used to argue with me, I used to be like, all right, cool, I'm out. I'll see you on Tuesday. Say if it's Monday. He said, say if it's Monday, cool, I'll see you Wednesday. Like, sometimes you just need that time apart. And then Wednesday, when we come back together, we're gonna talk about what was the problem, because at that heated moment, a conversation gonna turn into an argument. That's just with anything. That's anything with, you know, just with friends, family, anybody. Like, it just turned to an argument. So my third advice would be, talk to your partner. Rather if y'all don't talk that day, talk the next day. Or if it's still a heated moment, talk the following day. Like, all right, cool, like, I'm gonna give you a break and I'm gonna talk to you the next day.
I use that a lot in my relationships as well. Just like, when emotions are high, a lot of the times a conversation cannot be had, because instead of effectively communicating and also effectively listening, it's just like, you gonna say what you gotta say, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, but I want you to hear me more than, and it's just it's a back and forth, instead of like, all right, what is your issue? Here's my issue. How can we come to some type of, you know, agreement, middle, like, meeting point, something? How can we come to some type of middle ground with both of our issues? What's the conflict? Here's the resolution. It is, in the heat of the moment, the emotions are high. Is like, man, I ain't worried about nothing you talk about. This is what I got a problem with. I don't want to hear what you saying. You can say what you want to say. Then the person gonna fly, oh, you not listening, and it's just
the whole time you really not listening.
Yeah, you're
like,
not.
Yo, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Like,
you're not. It's just it's a back and forth. So, like, that's something that I definitely would recommend anybody to use in any relationship with anybody. Emotions are high, and if you sense like, an argument is about to occur, you can simply say, listen, we can have this conversation another time, because right now we are both emotional and it's going to turn into an argument, shouting match, whatever you want to call it. When we are at a grounded level emotionally, we can come back and talk about what our problem was, what's the conflict, whatever is going on, how can we solve it? What's the middle ground? You know, how can we get over this issue?
What's the damn? It was in writing class. We used to be able to. Well, when you write about the story, what is it? The problem.
It was. I thought it. Hold on, wait. It was problem or conflict. I know what you're talking about. It was problem,
it was
conflict. I think it was problem, conflict,
and solution.
Yeah,
it had been.
Yeah, problem, conflict, and
solution. Those are things that we had to. Those are things that I don't know. We took into our life now.
Yeah.
Even though it's not about the book that we read, it's about the situation that we went through.
Yeah.
So it's like certain things we did learn in school that we do use on a day-to-day basis, and we don't even realize that we're using those things.
I definitely could say there's a lot that I learned in school and use in my day-to-day life, and it took for me to really step back like, wait, damn, I learned that in school. Like school it teaches you so much in ways that you may not expect, and you may overlook a lot of the things that it's teaching you, but it's teaching you a lot. Like just something as simple as you gotta, be here at this time, do this, that is teaching you structure. Because when you get out of school, the outside world is very structured. You work at this time, get off at this time, lunch at this time. They're structured. Even if you got your own business, there's still structure.
Everything.
Business hours start this time. I got to be to a meeting at this time. Got to meet with this client this time. Got to make sure I submit, this file or this project over to the committee this time. In the outside world, there's structure. And, we get those teachings early on in life and up until whatever level of school you go to, collegiate, whatever. There's still structure all over.
So what was the question that you originally asked?
Wait, what question?
Before you said like your toolkit question.
The original question that I asked is give the leaders 3 things that you feel they'll need in order to be successful. Or to get around roadblocks and things like that.
So, all right, bet. Look, the three things that you need is the number one is a positive mindset. Number 2, I would say change your environment. If you feel like your environment is negative, change it, bro. It's okay to tell your homie like, no, bro, I ain't coming to the block today. I'm about to go somewhere. Like me, I changed my environment. Everybody know I'm downtown, bro. Like, bro, I'm downtown, definitely. Bro. Like I'm downtown, bro. Like I don't play hood stuff no more, bro, because it's like I watch a lot of my homies get killed in the hood. So it's like that's kind of a fear and that I have in me. Like I don't like the hood, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it to me. I don't like the hood. I'll go to the hood for like if I go to the hood, I'm literally chilling for like 20 minutes, bro. I would not be in the hood for a very long time. I feel uncomfortable. I gotta keep looking over my shoulder. So that's why I say change the environment. Like if you paranoid and you gotta keep looking over your shoulder, or you feel like this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, bro. You're not in the environment that you need to be in. Just change your environment. And 3, I would say, just whatever you want to do, just do it. Like whatever you want to do, just do it. If you got, bro, it can be something little like this, like a podcast, bro. It can be something little like this, like same thing you told me, bro. And I took your advice, like, bro, all you need is a phone and a mic. $20. We all got a phone. But I'm like, no, bro, I need to have this, that, and third. You were telling me no. But it's just like, you don't physically have to have everything to start your business. Like, if you got $1,000 and you want to go buy cars, go to the auction, buy 2 cars. That's 600. Now you got 400 to play with. So it's like, whatever you want to do, bro, just do it. And if somebody tell you that shit corny, all right, cool, bro, it's corny to them, but it's good to you. Like that's something that's going to change your life. That's not going to change their life. So those is I ain't
That's
gonna lie,
something
that's
that I
probably
learned.
like the
I
three
learned
things.
from Low, and it took me to like I always talk about Wallow a lot. Like I really look at Wallow. Wallow is somebody that I look up to
Real.
for a lot of things.
Wallow
Like,
said y'all niggas had 20 years to do this shit. I
like,
came home and made $1 million.
that's what I'm
so
saying.
that
Like
shit
Wallow is really
motivation,
like an inspirational person to me, and I
for
really look
Philly,
at
bro.
him as a mentor. Like dead serious. I saw him do an interview, and he was talking about him, his experience, with him being incarcerated and how that shaped his perspective for when life when he came home. And something that he said in that interview was, "The world is your playground. Go play in it." And I was stuck in the mindset of like, yo, when I'm doing this, I gotta have this. I need to have this. And I in order for stuff to happen, I gotta have certain things. And I'm like, wait, hold on, wait. I don't need all of this stuff.
Need none of that,
I don't
bro.
need all of this stuff. But before, if you look at it, before Wallow, got on the fancy cameras and stuff like that, bro was running in the rain, phone on the floor or something, and just talking to the camera. He was talking to the camera. He talked about his very first podcast episode. He shot it on the phone. Like, he didn't have all of the fancy stuff in order to start. He just started and built something, and then he was able to obtain those things. When you're starting out, nobody start out with the best equipment, the best car on a rental fleet, the best camera to shoot a video on, the best vlog camera, the best headset. Nobody starts with that stuff. What you got, you make the most of it. Like, a lot of these people that built stuff and got in these spaces that we see them in now, they didn't have that equipment when they started. They just started and they built it into something that was able to get these things.
You know what I tell people? Bro? I'm gonna ask you this question. How many times you been broke?
A lot of times, actually.
How many times?
More than it count.
Right. So you went broke all those times. Why not go broke for doing something that you want to do? Because at the end of the day, you know how to manage being broke. Yeah. Everybody been broke where they only had $100. Not even $100. They had $20 for a week, and niggas was stretching from Monday to Sunday. That $20. So it's like, if you know how to manage, bro, that's the number one thing: management. Mm-hmm. If you know how to manage the little things you have, you will be able to manage the big things that you have. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I fall victim into that sometimes too. Like, that was advice I used to tell people, but I wasn't taking my own advice. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm tripping. Like,
yeah, but you don't always start off with
things though. Like, if you've been broke 1,000,000 times, bro, you can go broke 1,000,000 more times just for that one thing that you want. And sometimes, like, sometimes we'll start something and it don't go how we plan for it to go. So now we gotta, no, not even that. Now we chalk that and start something else. Yeah. And that do the same thing, and you like, fuck that, I'm doing this. And
somebody talked about that. I forget who it was. Y'all know I reference a lot of different people. I watch a bunch of podcasts, interviews, all this type of stuff, and a lot of times I get caught up and I forget the people who spoke about these things. But somebody spoke about this, and he said, a lot of the times we get so caught up and and this was touching base on seeing other people. You may be doing something and see somebody else doing something else, and you may be like, you know what, let me jump over here in this lane. Let me jump on this wave. That may not work out for you. That work for the other person or people. Little do you know, you just restarted your progress. Each time that you go from one thing to another, to another, to another, to another, you're restarting your progress. When you figure out what it is that you want to do and what you feel will work for you, stick with it, study it, learn it, like continuously study it. Learn as much about it as you can, and just continue to push forward. You know how many times the biggest company, Walmart, whatever company you can think of, do you know how many times these individuals that may have got the thought when they were starting out these companies, like, yo, this may not work out. This may not work. These people did not, start this thing and then jump on something else and jumped on something. No, they stuck with it and they were able to build this stuff.
And I learned that from this guy named Masood.
Mm.
He's Jewish. I met him at the cigar bar downtown, whatever. And it's like we was just sitting there having a conversation. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. And he told me, he was like, yo, I thought you was like, like a ignorant person.
Mm.
I ain't gonna say the word, but he was like, I thought you was an ignorant person. I'm like, no. We sat down, we talked, we had a conversation, like, and then the next time not even the next time I came the next day. He sat me down with all his friends. So now I'm sitting there with Jews. I ain't gonna lie to you, these motherfuckers rich as shit. And one thing that I did learn from them is you start something, you finish it. You once you receive income from that business, you start another business. Mm-hmm. But one thing they said, never stop working. Mm-hmm. It don't matter how much money you have, never stop working. And one of them, I ain't gonna say his name, but one of them actually owned an apartment complex downtown. Mm-hmm. And he literally clocks in to work. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about how somebody at his job was like, oh, because he was like 56 or something like that. And he worked around a lot of young kids. And he was like, oh, you 56, like you don't got nothing, da da da. And the whole time, this man is really a millionaire. Yeah. And he was like, people just ignorant. Yeah. Like the whole time you could have had a conversation with me, and then I could have actually pulled my phone out and show you the proof to motivate you, to show you that like it's okay to have everything but continue to work. And that's the mindset that they all have. And I'm sitting there with 7 different millionaires, like, and that was underneath of one of my captions, like I'm smoking cigars, sipping bourbons with the Jews, like and they giving me Jews, and it's like, damn, like, yo, this is real shit. Like,
you never know who you're talking to, like
at all.
And I'm glad that we got you on here. I talk about a lot of the stuff when it comes down to like something as simple as having a conversation with somebody, being open to talking to people, being open to taking yourself out and things like that. This is the person that I learned it from. This was one of the very first person I ever heard say like, oh no, bro, I'm about to go out to eat. What the hell you about to go out to eat with? No, I'm about to go by myself. I'm about to go to the movies. What the hell you going to the movies? I'm going by myself.
Oh, Paul, I ain't never been to movies by myself.
I'm just giving an example. I'm giving an example.
No,
right?
Not like that.
I'm giving an example.
That's one thing I never did. I never went to the movies by myself.
But a lot of other things, yeah. Like when it came down to just doing for you and being enjoying your own company. This is one of the people that I learned it from, talking to people. We would go somewhere, and I swear, this man would be talking to having a conversation with this person. I'm like, damn, where'd Lowry go? He over here talking to a group of people.
Bro, because you never know, like, that conversation that you just had with somebody, that conversation. Bro, I'm in the elevator at the W. I parked, right? It's me and the girl I was talking to at the time. We parked at Macy's, whatever. I'm on the elevator at the W. The guy was like, yo, I like your watch. Like, that's the 2014 Rolex, like, and I'm like, yeah. And he was like, yo, I got a jewelry store. This and the third. So I'm like, yeah, where your jewelry store at? I'm thinking he about to say in Philly. He said, no, I got one in New York. I got one in LA, and I got one in I forgot where was the other one. I want to say it was Atlanta or it was something like that, but I'm like, damn, like, this conversation could have led to something else, but it was just like you just never know who you talk to. Like, you never know who you in a closed room with. Like, we're on an elevator. This man didn't have to tell me he owned all them fucking jewelry stores. Like,
something as simple as a compliment can take you far. I watched a video of an individual talking about how he was somewhere, I believe it was a yacht club or something like that. It had something to do with yachts. And he saw this individual with this crazy watch, and he's like, oh my God, is that this watch and that watch? And that person was a billionaire, not a millionaire, a billionaire. He owned a few of those yachts that was, in that space. And just from that, that compliment led to a conversation. That conversation led into that person saying, like, he said, you know what? The next time you were here, he said, take my number. The next time you are here, give me a call. The next time he was there, he gave him a call, and that person made sure that he didn't have anything to worry about, like nothing to worry about. They even went to he said he invited him out to brunch. They had another conversation, and that opened up the door for him. So that goes to show, like, these are examples of, you never know who you're talking to.
Bro, even in the supermarket,
like,
bro.
you
Remember
never
I
know.
called you and I told
like,
you who I talked to in the supermarket.
You
I
never,
even know the
you
nigga.
never know who you're talking to, and you know what y'all can do for each other, where that interaction can build to. So, like, never be afraid to go introduce yourself to somebody. Hey, how you doing? I'm X, Y, and Z. Or even something as simple as a compliment. Hey, I like your jacket. I like your shoes. I like how you style the outfit. Something like that.
That's something that we fall victim of. Like, we look at it as dicking.
Especially, yeah, definitely.
We
Especially
look at it dicking. Like, me, I talk to any and everybody, bro. I really don't care, bro. Like, it's not dicking. It's just, bro, if you like something, you like something. Like, and that person, you never know. That person, like you said, might introduce you to something different, or that bro. Sometimes that person that you just met, yeah, that person might be more successful than you, but sometimes, bro, that person just needed a grounding. Like, you might be his grounding. Like, let me see what's going on. Like, let me talk to this person and see, like, what's going on in day-to-day life. Like, and that's why with my podcast, I do day-to-day lives with fathers, because everybody can't relate to that father that's, I'm not going to say popping, but that has more than others.
Okay.
Because that's something that they can't relate to, or they be like, oh, well, he got money, that's why he's able to do that. So it's like, sometimes, like you said, like, them conversations, like, you might help somebody in a lot of ways that you don't even know that you're helping somebody on. Like, this person could be in the urge of committing suicide. He's a whole billionaire, and just by you talking to him, you actually just saved this man's life. So it's like conversations go a long way, bro, and it don't have to be physically giving somebody something or taking something from somebody. It's just, bro, you're learning. It's a learning experience. Like, it's really a learning experience. That's all I can really say.
I've built a lot of, like, a lot of very important relationships with individuals just based off of, like, it started from a conversation. Like, it started from a conversation, whether it may be like we were in a space, and I may have been like, how you doing? You know, just introducing myself. You know, how you doing? My name's Kair. What's your name? And it goes from there. Or like, oh, I like that jacket. When I was working at Enterprise, I met an individual who he makes suits. But he makes suits for a lot of individuals in the NFL, from even Deion Sanders. He's making suits for Deion Sanders. What is his name? JJ Watt. A whole bunch of different people. He was making suits for a lot of different people. And it took for this person to drop off, the rental car, and I was like, so that's a nice suit you got there. I like that suit jacket. He was like, oh, thank you. And he was showing me the details of it, had his name on the inside. And I'm like, well, what, if you don't mind me asking, where did you get that suit jacket from? He said, oh, this is my business. I made it. I'm like, oh, you make suits? He's like, yeah. He started telling me about everything. He said, hey, take my number down. I really do business cards. Take my number down, send me a message. We was talking. He's like, yeah, I make suits for, a bunch of different individuals in the NFL. Showed me him making suits for Deion Sanders. It was crazy.
And that's somebody that's behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and that falls into, bro, you don't have to always be the
like the face,
the star.
Yeah, the star.
Yeah, you don't always have to be the star. You can be somebody that plays behind the scenes in a lot of ways, bro. Like, a lot of ways. Like, you don't have to be the face.
Before, it's okay to sit behind the scenes, and you don't gotta be the face or the star. You don't gotta have the spotlight, but you can still be, making things happen, behind the scenes. In order for a star to be able to perform, there are people behind the scenes, millions of people behind the scenes, making sure, like, even a show. In order for that star to get on stage, there's somebody making sure the sound is where it needs to be. It's not too much auto tune. The lighting is perfect. The stage is set up correctly. Everybody, every director and person is in position. The medical staff is where they need to be. The stage staff is where there's people like all over controlling these things in order for this one person, this big name, to get up on the stage and perform. The dancers is in their spot, dancing where they need to dance at. All of this type of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And these people, you know, they not the star, but you know, they able to sit back and be, oh, well, I do X, Y, and Z for this person, and they actually they getting paid to do these things, and they make great money. That person's manager, they stylist, they're shopper, all of this crazy stuff. Like they actually get paid to do these things, and you know, there's nothing wrong with not being a star and just playing the back seat. Like, but at least you know you playing the back seat and you're still on a winning team.
That's a fact.
You're on a winning team. You got access to the star. You got access to, you know, all of the things that a crazy network. You know, it's nothing wrong with not being a star. Everybody does not have to be the star. And to be completely honest, not everybody is made to be a star.
Bro, everybody's not meant to be a boss.
Yeah, like everybody is not made to be a star or the boss or the owner. Everybody is not made for that.
If it's 1 million people in the world and it's 1 million bosses, how is the business is going to be ran? You need workers, bro.
Like in order
there's nothing wrong with being a worker, bro, because it's okay, because you know at the end of the week you have a set paycheck. You know, this is how your bills is going to be paid. You can put this to the side for this or that or just anything, bro. And it's okay because, bro, fucking Bill Gates rides around in a 1998 Honda Civic, bro. And his wife has a 2010 C300. They don't have the newest cars. I was watching an interview, bro, and the lady asked Bill, like, she literally asked Bill Gates. He lives in a regular community. Well, his main house is in a regular community. Yeah, they block everything out, but she said you don't feel like somebody would try to rob you or anything. He said no, because sometimes I walk down the street, people don't even know who I am. Yeah. They don't know who I am. And he was like, one day, he said one day he was driving slow or whatever. He don't go past the speed limit or whatever. He said he was driving slow. Somebody was beeping at him saying, move that piece of shit out of the car, like off the road. He was like, whole time, I can buy any car I want. Yeah. I choose to have this car. Because it's just like I don't know, bro. He got different mindset, bro. It's a mental thing. And I love that he has that mentality of like, just because you accumulate wealth doesn't mean that you have to spend it on these things, because these things don't really matter. Like, what matters the most is that his bloodline will be forever taken care of. Right. Like, they had his kids and their kids, and it's going to go on for a very long time. They have nothing to worry about because this man accumulated wealth, and instead of going to buy the craziest watch or, you know, the biggest chain and the biggest house and the most expensive car, he chooses to ride around in a car that a lot of people look at like, yo, what the hell is that? And then an average house, not a 16-bedroom mansion. No, I ain't gonna lie, his crib is big. But 6 bedrooms. But six bedrooms compared to individuals who got 16 bedrooms. Like it's people that have nowhere near as much wealth as Bill Gates and out here with 16 bedrooms. You have nowhere near as much, you know, wealth or whatever you want to call it as this person, but you have more, you know, in these things as this, more than this person. A bigger house, car. You paid more for your car. I can't say worth more. You paid more for your car. You got way more in jewelry. All this type of stuff. This man chooses to live a life of like, he's not flashy. He's not flashy at all. It's just and it's like, that's why, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even follow, back to the people I follow on social media, bro. I don't even follow rappers on social media, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't follow rappers on social media because it's like, bro, I'm gonna keep it. I'm not really into the flashy shit. Like, yeah, I like to get dressed. Yeah, people would say that's considered being flashy, but it's not really being flashy because, bro, I don't have to go get some designer shit to be fly as shit. Like,
Yeah,
I used
not
to
at all.
think that. Don't get me wrong. I used to think that, but the whole time I'm like, bro. I used to go to Primark, I used to have a sweatsuit on with some nice sneakers. Niggas used to be like,
cool.
bro, you fly as shit. I'm like, bro, I got a Primark sweatsuit on.
It doesn't.
I used to go to Target and get sweatsuits before I was messing with the Primark sweatsuit. And it's just like, bro, it don't take a lot, bro. It don't take a lot to do a lot, bro.
It doesn't take a lot to do a lot, and like I said, none of that stuff has real value. It doesn't have value. You know, a lot of the times you go spend your money on that stuff, you might wear it a few times and then it's just sitting in the closet. Like
that's it.
It's just sitting
or sometimes
in the closet.
Sometimes niggas go to status and sell it.
Yeah, or like something like that.
They wear it one time, spend their money on it, and go to status and sell it. I know a lot of niggas that's on status on status page. I don't say nothing, but it's just like, damn, bro, you spend all that paper on it and you go sell it.
It has no
and
value.
it's just like, that's when, just like when I used to resell, like resale game fucked up. When I used to, I used to go to New York every fucking day.
New York definitely was your spot.
I used to really go to New York every day, grab shit, come out here and sell it before the resale value went up on everything. Yeah. And it's just like, bro, I learned a lot just from reselling because like people would spend a lot of money on clothes and then they'll try to sell it back to you. Yeah. And it's just like that's fucking crazy, bro.
After
like,
you wore it and all that crazy.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
It's wild. So I'm glad that we touched on like, I'm glad you answered the original question I asked. You know, what's some advice or what's 3 things you would give to the leaders out there? Now I do wanna ask, right? Like I said, and I like the guest of mine, Akbar talked about, just speaking about the people that influence you, and telling that to other people so they can see who influenced you. Right now, this is somebody who's influenced me, especially when it comes down to my way of thinking, how I may look at situations, because in a world of chaos, this is probably one of the when it comes down to a lot of stuff, one of the calmest people I know, and probably instead of just acting, he gonna think. He'll think about a lot of stuff. He be like, yo, no, actually think about it this way. Instead of looking at it this way, try to look at it this way. Instead of acting out this way, take this approach and things like that. And just having conversations with you. Listen, no, thank you.
No, I appreciate that. Think but you. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That take a lot of maturity, bro. Yeah. That's something I can really say, like, I'm proud of myself. Like, the younger version of me would just react. Fuck it, I'm gonna react. Yeah. But, bro, now that I'm older and I have things to, now that I'm older, this before my child even came. Now that I was older and I'm happy that I seen a lot of things young. Yeah. So I'm happy I seen a lot of things young because it showed me how to be mature as a young adult. Yeah. And then by me having my son, that showed me how to be way more mature and to think before I react. So that take a lot of maturity, bro. And a lot of people have to, go through that. That's a mature thing, bro.
I definitely would agree. I would not be here in this head space and look at life the way I look at it if I did not experience the outlandish things that I experienced at a very, very young age. Like people here, they be like, "Wait, how old are you?" I tell them, they be like, "Wait, you how old? I thought you was older." They're like, "Wait, like you mature, like very mature for your age." And like I sit back and think about it, I'm like, "Damn, like this came out of it took for me to go through all of this stuff in order for me to get here." That's a fact. Like it took for me to go through all of this stuff, the ups, the downs, all of the everything, in order for me to be here. And that's okay.
Okay that a lot of us, we could say men. Yeah. A lot of us men, yeah, we not mature, but it's okay that you're not mature because sometimes you didn't go through that thing that's going to mature you in life. Yeah. So it's like it's okay, bro. It's okay to. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean. A lot of these young adults, bro, they're missing their childhood because they're trying to be what they see on social media. So when it's time for them to have kids, bro, and they going to the park and all this and all that, their inner childhood is going to come back out, and that's going to be so much fun to them, bro, because they missed their childhood. And I'm not trying to say that like, oh, they're just young, dumb, da da da. And it's cool, bro. Like I'm not saying it's cool to do whatever y'all doing, but bro, it's fine because everything that you're doing now, you're gonna, let's say 15, doing all this crazy shit, whatever he doing. When he turned 25, 10 years from now, and he look back at it, and he see all these other young kids doing whatever they doing, he can sit there and talk to them. Like, rather, you know, when we're young, man, fuck, he don't know what he talking about. Like, fuck out there. That one, bro, as long as that one person take your advice, bro, that it doesn't matter. You change that one person's life, bro. You didn't change the 10 kids you were talking to. You changed that one person. And that one person is a blessing on your behalf and his behalf, because you never know. They could have went and go do something the next day, and that one person could have died. Or just that one fucked up moment could have changed his life forever. And it's just like, bro, it's cool, bro. We all go through these things. What they say is a lesson.
Yeah.
It's all a lesson, bro.
I look at everything as a lesson. Everything that I go through, there's a lesson in it. Even in the moment, if I don't understand it, I look at it, you know, for it to be a learning experience. It's something to learn within that, you know, what is going on. And you know, just like you said, changing one person's life, and you never know what that individual will take from that. You hear me say it a lot. One action can start a chain and lead to change. You know, you taking the initiative to go speak to the young individuals in the community, like, listen, yo, when I was growing up, I was doing the same thing, and this is where it led me. It led me to doing time. It led me to, you know, be in this predicament. Even in that moment, if you know, nine of them might be like, man, I ain't worried about that. You might have one that's really sitting there listening. They might go home and think about it like, damn, like, do I really want, you know, be incarcerated for 10, 15 years of my life? No, you know what? I'm going to all the homies on the block, like, yo, we gotta tighten up. You know, we gotta tighten up.
But sometimes that falls back into, oh, you a bitch. Like, sometimes it falls back into the pride, like, or they like, oh, you a clown. Like, get the fuck out of here. We not on that. But it's okay, bro, because when you come through in whatever fly car you want, them niggas is going to see the change.
Like you said earlier, I'm gonna look in the camera when I say this, right?
Cool.
For any of the leaders out there, and y'all hearing this from me, right? Anybody that I grew up around, they'll tell you, when we was growing up, everybody was doing one thing, I was doing the other. And people like, yo, damn, what the hell is you doing? And now that we're older, they like, no, I'm actually glad that instead of, you know, you doing what everybody else is doing, you was doing this and trying to get us to do this instead. Everybody, you know, skipping class. Nah, bro, come on, we going to class. Whatever the case may be. But I'm going to look at y'all when I say this. If you are the you know, the elephant in the room, the odd one in the group, whatever, and you try and get everybody else to, you know, change their way of living for the better, and they don't want to see it, take a step away from them. Take a step away from them. Like you said, change the environment. If you try to tell them, like, yo, no, instead of us doing X, Y, and Z, instead of all of us walking, holding hands and walking into the fire, we need to be making sure, you know, we taking the steps to make sure we can take care of each other and our families, right? And our kids, whatever the case may be. If they cannot see that, take a step away from them. Let them individuals walk themselves into the fire. You get away, you surround yourself with like-minded people, and y'all build. And then maybe these people may look at, they going, man, no, you corny, you ain't. Then they gonna look like, wait, damn, a couple years down the line, I'm like, yo, if we would have just, you know, took his advice and you know, took the steps necessary, we would have been here. This is what he was trying to walk us into. And then they gonna start to see them like, no, yeah, you was right, we should have do woo woo. How I get, I'm like, damn, why you couldn't think like this 4 or 5 years ago when I was
Right.
trying to get everybody to do this? Why y'all couldn't stop selling weed? Now, I built the business. I did this. I ain't got to worry about going to jail. You just got done doing the bid. Why we keep continuing to give time and effort into things that's not helping us? They not getting us nowhere. I'm trying to get everybody on that.
For the day.
Yeah, like it's not getting us nowhere in the long run. I'm sitting here thinking for 30 years down the line and not just in this moment. Y'all thinking on this small scale. Like, we gotta start doing some better things. If that's you, get away from those people. If they ain't thinking like that, get away from them. Be like, all right, listen, it's all love. I still love y'all. I still want y'all to do amazing in life. I gotta step away because y'all is not contributing to this great thing. Mm-hmm. Y'all not contributing to things for the better. I don't know what y'all on, but I don't want to be involved. I love y'all though, but I'm gonna step over here and I'm gonna do this. If you gotta do it by yourself, do it by yourself. Do it by yourself. Cause eventually they gonna see what you doing. They gonna be like, oh, he getting somewhere with it. Let me try to slide over here, and that's up to you. Whatever you do from there, that's up to you. But get away from individuals who you know they're not contributing to the project, or they continue to look at things from a weird perspective. Like, it's like, why do you feel like you scamming is going to get you far? How far are you going to get? You can't get too far.
But one thing on that though, right? One thing on that. Number one, I'm not even gonna say number one, but a lot of our successful black people come from doing negative stuff.
I would agree.
Come doing negative stuff, like, but they got out the game and they turned the negative into positive, and they're not 50 still trying to sell drugs or 50 still trying to scam. They're 50. They're investing their money. All that money that they made, they're investing it. I'm gonna keep it a being. The number one business owners are your neighborhood drug dealers, and they don't even realize it.
But they
know the concept of business. They learn business young.
That's the mindset that people don't have though. Like, it's different. If, like, I spoke about this with a guest as well. It's different if you see something like, damn, I know this thing is not, I shouldn't be doing it, but I'm gonna do it to just get by instead of then looking at it from a way of like, all right, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I know if I can just get X, Y, and Z from it and be able to just get enough to be able to invest in this thing for me to get away from this, let me do this. People don't look at it like that. They look at it like, oh no, I'm selling X, Y, and Z. I'm getting paid. Woo, woo, woo. I'm just gonna keep doing this. I'm just gonna keep doing this. I'm just gonna keep doing this. It's not getting you nowhere. I saw a video of an individual. He had a run-in with being incarcerated and things like that. He was talking about how the people in his hood he can't be around anymore because they still got a perspective of like, no,
they got a fucking childish mindset.
I'm just continue to be on the block and selling X, Y, and Z. And he like, yo,
that's all they know.
Regardless of how much you making, you only gonna be hood rich. You only gonna be hood rich. You're not gonna be able to go and do certain things because you don't have the credentials. I'm sitting here, I done did my time. Now I'm trying to learn how to legally hustle, get my credit in order so I can go out, get a crib, and do all of that, do all of this stuff and build my way up legally and not just be hood rich. I don't want to just be hood rich. I want to do something, so I got to step away from y'all. And it like, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But people don't have the mindset of like, look, I'm going to get what I got to get or get enough to invest in this thing and I'm going to step away. It's like, no, I see what I can get. Let me just continue to just walk in this path. And then when you had run-ins where, crib getting raided and all this stuff, you're like, well, damn. And they be like, yo, you done made 50, 60,000 already. You could have been went and did something when you made 10.
That's a fact.
You could have been went and did something when you made 5. But you stayed in it because now I can make X, Y, and Z phone jumping. It's like, bro, what type of mentality is that? What type of mentality is that? It's a crazy mentality. Now, before we wrap up, I want you to give the leaders. Now I'm gonna stick with this one.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to give the leaders 3 things, right? In order for them to get through the hard times, hardships, and all that. It could be a mentor, book to read, podcast. It could be a community of people, a nonprofit. Give them 3 things to get through these hard times.
I'm gonna keep it a thing. I would say I don't think I have 3 things, but I would say definitely pray on it, bro. I would definitely say pray on it. Pray on it, and whatever you trying to get through, speak on it, because the tongue, bro, the tongue is like really a vicious thing. Because no homo, that was crazy. That was crazy. But what I was saying though, like the tongue, bro, the tongue is really powerful, bro, because bro, just speak on whatever you want to do, bro, and it's going to happen. I'm telling you.
I don't want to cut you off, right? I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I talked about this before. You talk about it and write it down. It's power in both of those things. And armed with good intentions. That's Wallow's book. In the beginning of it, I can't remember the individual, but somebody that's connected to him, talked about how they saw something in him, something different, and talked about how he wrote everything down that he wanted to do, and he committed to it. And now you see where he is now. So whatever you want to do, write it down. Before I talked about how I wrote down, or I made a video in the beginning of last year talking about all the stuff that I want to do: buy a car, learn how to cook, all this stuff. And what happened? It happened. So if you gotta start journaling, write down what it is that you want to do, make a video, go back, watch it, and take the actionable steps to work towards that thing. And you'll look up and be like, damn, I really was able to obtain this. Definitely write down what y'all want to do and talk about it.
That's a fact. But I don't write stuff down.
You don't write stuff down?
I don't write stuff down. So I set myself a goal, 3 months. I don't do a year goal, 5-year goal. I don't do that. I do 3 months.
I had a mentor.
I want this done by 3 months. I gotta have it done by 3 months. Like I don't go by, a lot of people like, oh, what do you see yourself within 5 years from now? I don't know. I don't think that far. I think 3 months ahead. Sometimes I don't even think 3 months ahead. I think a month ahead.
I had a mentor of mine talked about how he looked at every 3 months as a year.
Mm-hmm.
And within those years, he wanted to make sure that he had, he obtained, whether it was, 2 physical goals, 2 mental, 2 spiritual. He just had, at least, minimum like 4, and at most he put 6 goals down that he'd write down and he'd accomplish within that 3 months, or he would look at it as a year. And in a year, he had accomplished so much more than he thought that he would. But that's a good mindset to have. Just thinking about, instead of looking at it in a year, I want to have X, Y, and Z. Just breaking it down. Even if you want to break it down, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, in first quarter of the year, I want to build the foundation for X, Y, and Z. Quarter 2, I want to execute this. Quarter 3, I want to be able to have this. And quarter 4, we setting up for, next game. And, just look at it like that. If you don't write it down, just figure out what work for you. Write it down on a piece of paper. Write it down in your notes. Make a video about it. Figure out what it is that worked for you, and just do it. Because there's a great power. I feel like writing it down on paper. That's personally me. I feel like there's a great power in either or, talking about it or, writing your goals down on paper. Either one. Just figure out what works for you.
All right, right before we leave, right? Let me say these 3 things. Right?
Good.
Not even 3 things, maybe 4 things. It's gonna be quick. So, all right. So, the advice I can give. I want to say that the advice I can give to what you say leaders, right?
Yeah, leaders.
The advice I give to leaders is it's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to not be where you want to be in life. And this probably like the number one, bro. Like, we all have role models, but sometimes a role model can't be somebody that's already famous. Sometimes your role model have to be your homie that's doing good, or somebody that you follow on Instagram that's they're not big, but that's a role model that'll get you to where they at. And then when you reach to the level that you want to, I'm not even gonna say where they at. When you reach to the level that you want to get to, then you look up to. I'm not gonna say look up, but you find your next role model. Like, a role model don't have to be somebody that you look at
famous and
for all day long, your whole life. So I would say, like, find your role model, and definitely change your environment, bro. You change your environment, that shit will help you in a lot of ways. Like, a lot of ways.
Your role model don't gotta be rich and famous. Your role model can be,
bro.
It could be the school. It could be the school janitor. It could be the lunch lady. It don't gotta be somebody who got tens of millions of dollars and 13 billion followers. They can be, just a regular individual, and it's just a characteristic that you see in them, and it's like, yo, I it's something that make me look up to you. And a lot of I'm gonna go back to the book Armed with Good Intentions. Wallow, he talked about how there was an individual in his neighborhood who was doing like jiu-jitsu or some type of martial arts, but he was a well-respected old head in the neighborhood, but not too many people like interacted with him, and him being different and not doing what everybody else was doing, that made Wallow look up to him, and to it even led him to having a conversation with him, say like, yo, I'm interested in learning this stuff, and he's like, no, you sure, like, you dead serious? And he was like, yeah, I am. And all his homies like, yo, you corny, you weird, why you doing with such and such? He like, no, like, that actually helped me be comfortable with being different. So yeah, all of those things 100% is super okay to be different. Your role model don't gotta be rich and famous. It could be somebody you walk past on the street. It could be somebody in your school, at the workplace, somebody in your household. It could be your homie.
And those are number one role models. Your mom and your dad. Those are the first people that you look up to in life.
Those individuals, mom, dad, parent, guardian, those people, and change your environment for the better. Surround yourself with good people, good energy, and you'll see great results. Dead serious. That's it for today's episode. Appreciate you for coming out, bro. Talking to me. Listen, like I said, This is somebody who I've looked up to in many different situations. I'm a person who has like showed me how important it is to take care of yourself, make sure you good before you can, be there for other people, and just to stay grounded and think before you just do. Don't just do and just act, to actually think and look at things from different perspectives. Let them know, where to find you, the podcast. If somebody got a question, where can they contact you? Say, hey, I got a question. I saw this episode. Let them know how to contact you.
All right, so my Instagram is, all my social medias is Life of Mike, LIFEOF my podcast is Unspoken Father _ and I'm about to say, like, that's it for real. And before we cut the camera off, I definitely want to give you your flowers, bro. Like,
appreciate it, man.
You're young. I ain't gonna lie, you matured in a lot of ways. Like, you still hard-headed, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, you still learning. Whatever you doing is working for you. So don't let somebody tell you that you're doing something wrong, because you're not doing it wrong. You might be doing it wrong in their eyes because it didn't work that way for them. But, bro, like, it's okay, bro. Like, whatever you doing, bro, is working for you. So, like, definitely keep up what you got going on, bro. One thing I can say is, like, don't give up. that same thing you told me, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you, like, don't give up, bro. If you feel like something not working in your behalf, just keep going. Just keep going. Like the other day, like we both was, bro, we was burnt out. Like the podcast shit burnt us out, and it's okay because we going through that shit. And what happened? We beginning of the year, we going to bounce back, and we going to continue to elevate in life and become just become a better person, bro. And it's rather, like I said, bro, say if 1,000 people watch it, rather 10 people learn from it and 10 people follow you from it, bro, that's a progress.
Mm-hmm.
That's really a progress.
I
definitely want to say, like, don't give up, bro. Like,
I appreciate it, bro.
Don't give up.
Listen, no, like honestly, y'all probably, I know some people gonna watch this like, damn, what the hell had? Listen, life happened, a lot of stuff going on. I probably make a video about, you know, and talking about some of the stuff. But you know, after going through all of that stuff, I'm sitting down like, yo, I still have to continue to, you know, be consistent with this thing. I can't just step back and be like, you know, forget it. I gotta jump back on it. And you know, I talking to him about the whole way through. And the other day, we saying the same thing, like, yo, I'm burnt out. And it's not even this. It's just like so much is going on at once. Like I gotta take a step back. But even with taking a step back, like, yo, I would sit every day and look at the channel, like, even, you know, just I believe we got 89 subscribers right now. Every last one of y'all subscribed to this channel means something to me. Like, I appreciate every last one of y'all. Like, this sparked from, it took just an idea, and I was able to build a community. To anybody who subscribe, like, comment, whatever, all of y'all all mean something to me because y'all are all, you know, contributing to the growth of New World Leaders.
Even just viewing it though,
yeah,
bro.
like,
even people that just viewed it,
everybody,
just to watch it, bro. Like that one view means a lot. Like that actually showed that somebody sat there and took the time out their day just to watch anything, bro. Anything
everybody,
that you post.
all y'all mean something to me, and definitely whatever it is that y'all are doing. Like, I understand life happens, you know, things go on. We can't stop these things from happening. Just don't give up and don't allow, you know, do not allow what happened in your life to make you just stop putting the work in and to get to where you want to be. Don't allow those things to stop you. Don't stand in your own way mentally, because when we when we go through things mentally, we can, you know, get in our own way. Don't stand in your own way, and don't allow, you know, the things that go on in your life to stop you, y'all.
That's a fact.
As I always say, you follow me on Instagram. I post stuff, you know, almost every morning, just saying, make today count and keep pushing. You see this? Keep pushing and make today count. Make today day one, day whatever of making the commitment to accomplishing what you want in life and getting to where you want to be. Appreciate, like, from the bottom of my heart, thank every last one of y'all who view, watch, like, comment, share. You know, all of y'all are contributing to the growth of New World Leaders, and each and every one of y'all are helping somebody else come across the platform. And a lot of the times these individuals see New World Leaders and it helps them, and they shoot me a message, hey, I saw this clip, watch this episode, it helped me, I really needed to hear this, all types of stuff. So thank every last one of y'all, seriously. Thanks for coming out, bro. Listen, that's it for today's episode. And y'all know the motto. We'll see y'all in the next one, man.